Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Sunday, January 24th, 2016, around 7:04 in the morning, Billerica, Massachusetts. It's going to be a nice and sunny day out. Temperatures in the low 30s. Up in the Merrimack Valley area of Massachusetts and New Hampshire, just a dusting of snow. We did not get a lot up here, but if you go further south, especially the Cape and the islands and the south coast of Connecticut and Rhode Island, they got at least a foot or more of snow because they were on the northern fringes of that blockbuster blizzard that hit the mid-Atlantic and New York City. It's awful, 2 to 3 feet of snow, but we avoided it in most of New England, which is good news for people who don't like snow, but bad news for the ski lovers, because the ski resorts didn't get natural snow. And the next week's weather is supposed to be warmer than average, so we'll probably get through January with not any major snowstorms. But there's February and March, and climatologically, that's when you get the worst snowstorms in New England. So we're not out of the woods yet, so snow lovers, there's still a chance. Some news to report. The Boston Bruins beat the Columbus Blue Jackets by a score of 3-2 in a shootout. The UMass Lowell Riverhawks hockey team beat Providence Friars by the score of 3-1. It's NFL's championship games today. The Patriots against Broncos at 3 p.m. on CBS, and then the Cardinals against the Panthers at 6:40 p.m. on Fox. One of those two games will meet in Super Bowl 50, which will be played in Santa Clara, California, 2 weeks from today, February 7th on CBS. It's the 50th Super Bowl. And that's about it on news. My first video blog subject of the day is about the top 10 best performances in the Royal Rumble match. The Royal Rumble match is WWE's like one of its biggest paid per views. The winner of the Royal Rumble gets a shot at the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. And they've been doing that policy for over 20 years. And these are the top 10 best performances in the Royal Rumble match. Some of these wrestlers won the Royal Rumble, which I'm going to mention. Others didn't. And the Royal Rumble is every man for himself. Every 2 minutes or whatever, a new wrestler comes fresh in. And it's every man for himself. No friends, no partners, no brothers, no sisters, no husbands or wives, no mothers, fathers, anything. It's every person for themselves. And here are the top 10 performances in Royal Rumble history. Number 10 on this list is Kane in the 2001 Royal Rumble. Kane is the big red machine. He was a monster. He eliminated 12 wrestlers in this Royal Rumble, which was won by Stone Cold Steve Austin. But Kane's performance was awesome. Number 9 on this list, the greatest Royal Rumble performances of all time in the Royal Rumble match ever was Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, in 1990. Ted drew number 1. The previous year, he bought number 30, and the storyline says he was punished for buying number 30 by getting number 1, but Ted DiBiase was in the Royal Rumble for over 40 minutes. He was eventually eliminated by the Ultimate Warrior. Ted DiBiase was very good in this Royal Rumble. This was the start of the work rate of wrestlers in the Royal Rumble, and I think he wanted to be in that Rumble until the big guns came. Number 8 on this list of the greatest Royal Rumble performances of all time, Rick the Model Martel in 1991. Rick Martel was in the Rumble for over 50 minutes, and it was amazing. He drew a low number, and he eliminated some wrestlers, and it was surprisingly he was in that for close to an hour. Also, During that Rumble, Greg the Hammer Valentine was in there for over 40 minutes, and there was a few other wrestlers who were in the Royal Rumble for close to 30 minutes. So this was the first Royal Rumble matchup where a lot of wrestlers spent like over 20 minutes in there. Number 7 on this list of the greatest Royal Rumble performances of all time, John Cena in 2008. John drew number 30, and John was on the disabled list for a few months because he had major surgery. There was rumors he was just going to make a cameo appearance in the Royal Rumble, get eliminated, but John Cena just was a one-man band. He eliminated almost everybody to win the Royal Rumble that year. You can't see me. Number 6 on this list of the greatest Royal Rumble performances of all time, Diesel in the 1994 Royal Rumble. Diesel drew I think number 6, and he eliminated wrestler after wrestler after wrestler. He eliminated 7 straight wrestlers, which was awesome. And the fans were cheering, Diesel, Diesel, Diesel. This was probably the first time where a wrestler would come in and just throw wrestlers out and then throw more wrestlers out. And this is when the time where there was rumors that Diesel was going to be released from the WWE. But once that performance happened, they kept him. Number 5 on this list of the greatest Royal Rumble performances of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin in the 1997 Royal Rumble. Stone Cold drew a low number, and he won the Royal Rumble. And there was some moments of that match, he threw wrestler after wrestler out, wait for the next one. His big shock when Bret the Hitman Hart came out, and he won this Royal Rumble. He was actually eliminated by Bret the Hitman Hart, but the referees did not see it because they were breaking up a fight between Terry Funk and Mankind. If the referee doesn't see it, he didn't see him eliminated. He came back in the Rumble match and eliminated other wrestlers to win it. Number 4 on this list of the greatest Royal Rumble performances of all time, Chris Benoit in 2004. He existed, my friends. He existed. WWE likes to erase guys from history, but this Royal Rumble performance Chris had in 2004 was pretty amazing. He drew number 1, and he lasted over 60 minutes in the Royal Rumble, winning it. Number 3 on this list of the greatest Royal Rumble performances of all time, Bob Backlund in 1993. Bob Backlund drew number 2, and he was in the Royal Rumble for well over an hour. He was the next to last wrestler eliminated, and he eliminated a few wrestlers, and he almost drop kicked Yokozuna out of the top, over the top rope, which would have been amazing. If he did that, he probably would have won the Royal Rumble, but he didn't, and he got a big pop from the crowd for being in there for over an hour. Number 2 on this list of the greatest Royal Rumble performances of all time, Shawn Michaels in 1995 Royal Rumble. This Royal Rumble was only like a conducive, smaller version of the Royal Rumble, which wrestlers came in every 60 seconds. HBK and the British Bulldog started 1 and 2, and there were the last 2 wrestlers in. Shawn Michaels gets eliminated by the British Bulldog, but his 1 foot touches the ring floor. He needed to have 2 feet, and then the British Bulldog thinks he wins, but then Shawn Michaels surprises him, throwing him out over the top rope and winning the Royal Rumble. And a lot of people thought this Royal Rumble was shit, with being only every 60 seconds a new wrestler comes out. But when you look at it now, it was a faster paced Royal Rumble. In my humble opinion, it's an overlooked Royal Rumble, even though a lot of people are down on it. I don't think Shawn Michaels would have won over an hour to win the Royal Rumble at that time. Number 1 on this list of the greatest Royal Rumble performances of all time is Ric Flair in 1992. He drew number 3, and he lasted out all the wrestlers to win the WWE Championship. He went well over an hour, and that Royal Rumble was so stacked up with great wrestlers. You had Ric Flair, the British Bulldog, Ted DiBiase, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, Macho Man Randy Savage, Rowdy Piper, Sid Justice, Sergeant Slaughter, The Undertaker, the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich, the Model Rick Martel, Jake the Snake Roberts, and so many others. It was probably the most star-studded Royal Rumble lineup of all time up to that point. And that's about it on that. Be back later, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter with 2 more video blogs. One video blog will be about proposed commuter rail expansion to Springfield, Massachusetts. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the MSG network that covers New York sports. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Roseblood of WCCO rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hot so stunning, and she's the best. Amy Swinsy's awesome. She's got nice legs as well. Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 is the best. And in the words of Jim Ross, WWE Hall of Famer, and business is about to pick up. Don't forget Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and our Google Plus. Questions, comments, concerns, shout-outs, plugs. Send it to me, and it will be taken care of. If you don't send me any plugs or shout-outs or anything, I can't answer them. Bye now.